If you experience anxiety throughout the day or switch into fight or flight mode where nothing tragic is happening, like you're sitting in traffic or waiting for a text back or walking into a room full of people and you feel that stress response, then keep on watching because this video might save you. I have been an ICU nurse for years, and for those of you who don't know, that means my job is to take care of people who are often on the verge of death. And most of these patients are not stable. They're in multi-organ failure. They're connected to the ventilators. They have their families standing in the hallway or sitting in the room wondering if their family member is gonna make it. When I was a new grad nurse, I was experiencing extreme stress and sometimes even panic. Participating in these changes of condition in the patients or participating in resuscitation was extremely stressful. And you know what's funny? Over time, I noticed that it wasn't just happening during these critical situations. My body would go into fight or flight in random times of the day when I just had to sit down and chart. I am in fight or flight because I want to finish on time. Sometimes I was going to fight or flight when I was just driving to work. These small things were triggering fight or flight in me. So over time, I discovered these small tips and tricks that helped me restore my nervous system back to normal, and I'm gonna share them with you right now. Now, before I give you the tools, I wanna talk about exactly what happens to you when your body is in stress. And before you run away, let me explain to you why I'm doing this. A lot of us experience so much stress throughout day-to-day life, we become used to that feeling. So I want you to be conscious and recognize, is my body in stress? Is my body in fight or flight mode? And I'm assuring you, it's not just feeling anxious in your brain. It's much more than that. I'm gonna give you the physical symptoms so that you can recognize and backpedal. Our body is designed to use fight or flight mode for life-threatening situations. But guess what? Your body reacts the same way to when you're nervous, when you're put on the spot. Like I said, when you're in traffic, when you're sending a risky text. Your body is responding in the same physiological way, and I'm going to tell you exactly how. Your nervous system has two general modes. The first one is the sympathetic mode, and that's the one that keeps you safe. It keeps you protected from that life threat. And there's the parasympathetic mode, which is called otherwise the rest and digest. That's when you're rested, relaxed, and you feel safe. Now, let's talk about some of the things that happen in your body during the sympathetic mode. First thing is gonna happen that your heart rate increases. Your body is trying to get oxygen to all your tissues. And guess what? It's gonna send the blood to the most vital organs and constrict your blood vessels, which gives you higher blood pressure. Next, your muscles tense up, especially your shoulders, your neck, and your jaw. A lot of the times, have you ever noticed when you're working throughout the day and your shoulders are just so clenched or tight, you just need to remind yourself to drop them down. Next thing that happens, your digestion slows down because your body recognizes as digesting not as important anymore. Hello, constipation. Your prefrontal cortex, it goes partially offline. That's the part of your brain that's responsible for decision making. The next part of your brain is the amygdala. That's the part of your brain that tells your body that you are in danger. And sometimes it's so powerful that you cannot think straight in stressful situations. Next thing is your body fills with adrenaline, and it also fuels those cardiac symptoms, which is your heart pumping, your vessels constricting. Another GI symptom might be your mouth goes dry. And trust me, I felt all of these on the floor as a new nurse. That's why I had no choice but to figure out how to work with this. And now I want to quickly touch on what happens to our bodies when we go into that parasympathetic mode, that rest and digest. Your heart rate slows. Basically, everything that just went up goes down. Your muscles relax. Your breathing is deeper and more rhythmical. Your peristalsis continues, which is a way of your muscles contracting within your intestines, which is what you call the contraction of muscles within your digestive tract. And guess what? This mode is when your body does all the healing. Your immune system is working properly. Your tissues are healing. Your cells are regenerating. So what happens to us when we're constantly in fight or flight? Our immune system goes out the window. Being in fight or flight all the time gives you disease. So what kind of long-term results would we get if we're constantly stressed? As I said, your immune system is suppressed. You become sick more. Your blood pressure goes up, which means you're at risk for strokes and heart attacks. And to be honest, you are at risk for just about any disease out there if you are in constant fight or flight. Not to mention, when I was a new nurse, I looked for other things to make me feel better, such as food. I was spending a lot of money on just random things that would temporarily make me happier because I was a bit depressed. Psychological issues are also prevalent, obviously. So now that I've discussed these symptoms, and hopefully you'll be able to recognize them from now on, I want to give you quick tools on how to regulate your nervous system on the spot. Now, this first one came directly from my therapist, and it was such a lifesaver. So remember how I told you about the ambygula? As soon as you feel yourself going into that sympathetic mode, talk to your ambygula. Say, thank you for protecting me. Thank you for keeping me safe. Thank you for what you do, but we are currently safe. And I know it sounds a bit silly talking to your brain, but for some reason, the first time I did it, I immediately felt better and I was kind of surprised. It even resonates with something in spirituality called parts work. It's when you take a part of you that's part of your shadow self and you bring it out and you thank it, and it helps you work through those shadow aspects of yourself. Next tip is the one that you've heard everywhere. It's deep breathing, and specifically one that I'm going to tell you about right now. You can excuse yourself for this, maybe to the bathroom or elsewhere, or you can do it on the spot. You would close your eyes, you would inhale for 4 seconds, you would hold at the top for 4 seconds, and then you would exhale for 6 to 8 seconds. Why is this effective? Because when we're exhaling for a prolonged amount of time, our vagus nerve that runs along our spine becomes compressed, and it sends all those physiological symptoms that are up, it slowly sends them down. It's kind of telling your brain, okay, relax. It's okay to relax. This similar exercise we actually tell our patients to do when they go into extreme tachycardia. We ask them to blow into a straw, and that triggers that vagus nerve. Now, this next one is going to be a body scan. You're going to scan your body from your head to toes, and you're going to find all and any areas that are tense. Think about your scalp, especially your jaw, neck, and shoulders. Relax them. Ease that tension. You can even talk to them the same way that we did to the ambygula. And I guarantee you, once you do all those 3 tips, you will be on another level than you were maybe 5 minutes ago. Now, let's quickly talk about some lifestyle modifications that you can do that will help you keep your body in that parasympathetic mode as much as you can. First thing is having consistent sleep. It's very important. The next thing is limiting caffeine, because if you didn't know, caffeine sends you into the sympathetic mode. Caffeine is a stimulant, so it basically does all the things to your body that stress does. Yeah, I have to work on that one for sure. I have a love-hate relationship with caffeine. Make sure you engage in movement that you enjoy. Doesn't have to be strenuous exercise, could be a walk in the park or around your neighborhood. And make sure you are consuming healthy foods, because you are what you eat. If you're you're always eating junk food, your body is not going to be functioning well. One thing I want to tell you is that stress is not a failure. It's a protection mechanism, but it's designed to protect us in small bursts and not throughout the day, all day. The more you shift yourself from sympathetic to parasympathetic, the more your brain is going to make that a default state. Make sure you drop down in the comment what you do to stay relaxed throughout the day. And if you'd like to know how you can raise your vibration instantly, you can watch this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye-bye.